Hello.
Hi, how are you?
Doing good. How about you?
Good, good. Nothing special. Mm.
Hello.
Hello.
But I was too focused. I forgot that. It's one of the sketch.
Yeah, no worries. I was hoping we could go through the issues and see what we want in 321 or what we can target.
Do you want to do a triage one or just a ping Rita? But first, do we have anything on the agenda? Let me see. Uh, Jay, you're just that.
Yeah, I don't have anything in the agenda, and so like it's just triage.
Oh,
Hello.
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 I may need to drop a little earlier for another meeting, but yeah, let's get started.
Okay, cool. Let me share my screen and you can go through the list. Just give me a moment. Cool. I know Unlearn raised one issue which we definitely want to get in, which is this one. Uh, it will just help users gauge accurately how long does it take for a template to get into the gatekeeper system basically and be enforceable. So I think we definitely want this for 321, right?
Yeah, that sounds good. Yeah.
Okay.
Do we want Anlan to contribute this one, or we
I
want to?
can I can ask if she is interested. Then we can go from there. Uh, cool. Let's. Do you wanna start with the most reacted one or the ones that I created and then they're in backlog? There are two options.
Um, maybe the ones that you created that we know that they might be priority.
Okay.
because those are probably top of mind. So can you evaluate
Yeah.
those quick?
Okay, so these are the ones that I created. So I think we definitely want 4025. Rita, if you remember, this is just like privatizing the interface methods to make sure the driver is not accessible anywhere out from anywhere outside of the system. Should be a quick one. Uh, okay.
It may not be quick.
Yeah, yeah, but I don't
Never
know. My gut feeling says it should be a quick one.
Sure. Famous last words. Yeah.
change uppercase to lowercase.
Yeah.
I mean, I hope that's all it takes. Yeah. Are we just going through the backlog or
We were just going through the ones Jay opened because I think those are
gotcha.
top of mind for
Okay,
us.
got it.
So I think we can go through those quick. Yeah.
Give me a second. Okay. Let me share my screen again. Just give me.
Oh, you were sharing. We can see your desktop now.
Oh yeah, yeah. That's one. I couldn't see your reaction, and like I was working on one screen, I couldn't see your reaction and share the screen at the same time. So I was kind of getting confused whether or not you are acknowledging what I'm saying or not. So that's okay. Let's see. Yeah, let's go. Okay. So we marked this one. Uh, this is basically this is also the similar one where we want to make sure that we don't have any rest conditions and the export system is stable in multi-threaded environment. So this will help us in gaining confidence in moving it to beta as well. So do we want to target that this release or maybe next?
Yeah, that one sounds good to me. I think Rita was mostly asking for this one. Do you want this one on 321, Rita?
Uh,
They're the multi-thread safety tests.
I mean, it's just yeah, they are about like adding tests. So I don't know how tricky it might be. I don't know. Like multi-threading is always feels like tricky. I'm working through 320, like updating 319 release, and I'm facing some rest conditions
I
there
mean,
as well.
ideally, yes, this should, and you don't have to do this for like, it doesn't need to be overkill. I think this is more the multi, like the thread safe stuff that you've added, right? Like, how do
Yeah,
we test that essentially,
yeah,
right? So, I think you can also get help from like maybe Copilot or something like that to see how you can start the test harness for it. Again, I think the hard part is once you have it, then it's easier to add new tests. But right now, I
yeah.
don't think we have anything. Ideally, yeah, it would be good to have that. But if you were to do priority, maybe it's like P1, not P0,
Okay.
if others
So
are more urgent.
so let's go through the other issues first. Then, in that case,
Which issues from this list?
yeah, yeah, from this list.
Okay.
This I think we definitely want like streamlining retry mechanism, which will help us make the driver more stable and graduate to beta, hopefully in the next release, right? This is basically like right now we have linear retries, but we want to replace it with exponential.
I think this is the same type of thing as the test one. Like, um, I would say these are enhancements and really
Yeah,
shouldn't add them until I guess like, oh, actually, I think this is like P1, if you have other more urgent stuff. Yeah.
yep. Uh, Okay, then let's do this. Like, let's go through the list first and see if there are any like features or bigger changes, and then we can do
Sure.
that first. This one is also exposing the retry defaults we have in this driver. This is also enhancement. Uh, this one, oh yeah, this is kind of a big change. This is basically, so right now, uh, do you remember Alan talked about a bug where they like he was running mutation webhook and validating webhook in different pods and then facing some issues uh, and errors regarding constraint like OPA client not being initialized. So the root of this problem is basically like even though we uh, don't use OPA or like frameworks anywhere in mutation, it is still getting injected as a dependency in the mutation controller, which shouldn't happen, right? And that led me to believe, like, then I looked at the code and like at places we are just combining webhook operations and audit operations and then injecting dependencies for everything rather than making it like more specific for that operation. For example, like we don't need OPA dependencies for mutation, but we are still injecting those for mutating webhook. So this is basically like looking at the code and refactoring to make it more streamlined.
Mm. All right, this is the other one. Again, this is only if their deployment
Yeah,
is different, like it's a deviation from what we currently do, right?
yeah.
Okay. So,
But imagine like if somebody wants to only run the mutation webhook, right?
right,
They'll
right.
they'll still need to like will be still initializing OPA client and everything.
Yep, yep. Um, so the question is, do we want to add to the next milestone, right?
Yeah, yeah. I
I think
guess we
so.
can wait also like if some other users are facing the same dependency, get some like more
I mean,
info.
I definitely think it's cleaner if we address this issue. I don't think we should always assume it's both or the webhook is always there or required. I do think
Yeah,
that makes it more friendly, user friendly.
yeah. Okay, cool. Then edit to 321.
Yeah, you can add it and then we can rank it
Yeah.
together. Yeah.
Okay. Metric that tracks status of connection for a given constraint. Let me see. This is, I think, a metric that tracks the status of connection for a given constraint is nice too. I think this is related to uh, like exported violations per constraint metrics. If you wanna add any metrics or like add any metrics related to how many violations are exported through the connection and per what constraint or any other type of metrics that we can think about or nice to have basically. Let me create an issue for like connection CR connection or export connection figuring out requirement for exporting connections to move it to beta and then merge like all issues or link all issues that are necessary for that, right? I think metrics one for beta would be nice to have.
Yeah.
Then like exporting okay, so I have two questions. One is, do we link driver graduation to the export graduation, or do we not? Like, for example, let's say everything related to export is right now in alpha, right? Like including driver implementation and the system and like CRD and everything. If we move CRD to beta, do we at the same time move the driver? Like, do we declare that driver is also stable enough to be considered as beta, or like
You mean
those
like a specific driver or all drivers?
specific drivers or all drivers?
Oh,
Yeah,
okay. I think you
I
can probably make those separate because say that if you're not paying too much attention to Dapper, then Dapper could be alpha still, while the whole exporter system could be beta.
hmm. Okay. Then I'll create two issues. One is for like API, graduating API to the beta state, and then one is to graduate this driver to beta state, basically.
Yeah, I think that makes sense.
And I think we should target graduating CRD to beta state first, or API.
I'll say that CRD is a prerequisite for the exporter beta.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, let me create. Sorry. Cool. So, do you want to work towards this in 321? Graduating it to beta. Basically, like one requirement I can think of is like adding some sort of metrics. For example, like tracking how many violations are transported through this connection per audit, basically.
Yeah, that makes sense. I think yeah. Let's think about what does it take for the CRD to go to beta. Yeah.
Cool. Okay, cool. Then this is to add a CI job for pushing images in GHCR. I think this reminds me that we should probably add one more task in the CI release pipeline check to publish the images manually until this release is like until this automation is there. This is basically publishing a reader, publishing dummy external provider, and all the other sample images that we use throughout our demos into GHCR, which is already tagged for 321. So uh, this is also again 3905 is also again like CI running library tests with each new RC and release. So I don't know if you want to get this in 321. And using engines as fallback mechanism. This is an enhancement. This is basically right now we have one engine evaluating uh, at any given time, like it's either cell or rego. Like if cell is enabled, then cell takes priority, otherwise it's rego. uh, I was thinking, if one fails open, then should we have another be used as a fallback mechanism to make sure like we are enforcing, if if the policy is configured, then we are enforcing it in the same way.
I think this one, I don't know if we want to commit to it for the next release because I feel like this requires more feedback from users.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
But like no one has added any more comments here,
Yeah.
so yeah.
This one is already added to 321. This is basically like using new features in Kubernetes to see if custom resource field selector can be used in Gatekeeper as matching criteria or not. Okay. Batch publishing for export mechanism. Do we, yeah. Do you want to target this? Is this a requirement for beta? What do you guys think? I guess this is basically, so right now we don't have any way to publish like batch publish violations. We do it as it, like system does it as it receives the publish method. It doesn't store anything to batch or anything. So like, do we do we
Do you want this for the disk driver or just so Dapper?
I think this would be for the export system. Uh, that's like one of the point of discussion, right? Should it be at the driver level or should it be at the system level, basically?
Yeah, but, I mean, system level makes sense for this one, I think.
Did anyone ask for this?
Yeah, that was my next question.
No, I don't think anybody asked for it.
Okay.
Maybe
Export to.
Yeah, did Anlan or Noah ask for this one? Would they use it?
I think no, they policy team, yeah, they didn't ask, but like there is one user who asked for this. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely a good feature. Uh,
So this and adding it to webhook both are kind of related. I know there was one more issue, or I remember talking about like integration where a webhook, like all webhook violations can be posted to a Slack channel, which essentially would mean that we have to add export mechanism to webhook, and then people can write a driver related to like driver implementing the same thing and publishing violations to a Slack channel or whatever. So do we want to, or we can just keep it around and see if like more people react, or if we get asked explicitly from users to implement this sooner?
I don't have a strong opinion on this one. I think it's nice to have, but if nobody's asking, I think it's okay to do
Yeah,
it.
we can defer.
Okay.
It's definitely useful. It's just like
Yeah.
not like
Priorities. Yeah.
So adding the export mechanism to validation webhook also falls into the same category then.
Can you click into it, see how many people have asked for it? And we should start cross-linking issues
Yeah.
to make sure we get the right signals.
Oh, this is the same thread that we were looking at. Yeah.
Yeah.
We can ask if he's interested.
I do have to run, so are there specific things y'all need me to help decide, I guess?
Maybe we can go through this one and then like you can weigh in on either like offline or in the next meeting.
Okay. How about this? How about you guys finish?
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
once you're done, let me know and I'll review it, and then we could do it asynchronously on Slack.
Yeah, sounds good.
And then any remaining things we can discuss next call. Yeah.
Anything on your side that you think that's like, oh my god, this is like the top priority?
I know one Rita was thinking was about the signaling audit thing, or like getting the audit ready as soon as all the constraints and everything is loaded, rather
Yeah.
than waiting for like.
Yeah, that one, yes.
Oh,
And
like
that one is already
starting
in
immediately one?
sorry.
Audit starting immediately one? The
Yeah.
I think we have few people asking for that. So
yeah.
Yeah.
so that'd be a good one. And then
Do we, so like when I was talking to some people, I think one of the other requirement was to have a manual audit, like indicate where the audit can start, send an event or some sort of signal for gatekeeper to start the audit. Do
Mhm.
we want that as well as part of this feature? We can discuss the design and everything about it then.
yeah, I think we need a longer discussion than like 5 minutes. So
Yeah.
Yeah. That one is a bit
but
interesting.
we should make sure it's part of this release, just to make sure we discuss it.
Yeah.
And then other than that, I think any of the beta features, let's make sure we track the graduation. Sorry, any alpha beta features, let's make sure we track the graduation. And if you know, and then again, we can discuss details in the next call as well. All right.
Yep. Cool. Sounds good.
Thank you.
Thanks. Bye. Cool. So I think Shirt has that basically it for the issues that I created. We can go through the ones that are most uh, like engaging now.
Yeah, that sounds good.
I can only see your head floating in the
Yeah,
screen.
I don't know what's happening. I have the same setup as before. Super weird.
And it's like really bad camera quality.
Okay, there you
It's
go.
very pixelated.
I really. Oh, I have the portrait on for some reason. So I guess. Oh, okay, it's fine. Okay, fix that.
Anyway, oh yeah, this was the, I think, alerting integration for violation. Yeah, this
That
is
one is just like a documentation. I mean, you could write like a blog post or something about it, but yeah,
which one?
this alerting integrations for violations.
No, this is like
Yeah,
alert.
it's like basically it's like adding like a Prometheus alert manager or something like that, and then say sending messages to Slack from there.
Oh, okay.
I don't think this is anything that can you scroll down? It just yeah, like see my comment. That's it. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's this is mostly like a blog post or something like that.
How to do this with Gatekeeper, basically.
Yeah, the only thing is the with metrics you can't really get the like granular information. It's just like
Yeah.
a number. So we discussed before to like, add a setting to either show that information or like something to parse the the CRDs or something. I don't remember these details, but um,
Yeah.
yeah, I'm sure it's linked somewhere. There was an issue about the metrics having more information. We didn't add like the constraint information into the metrics because it's public endpoint.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, that's and then some folks really wanted that, and I think we discussed like a flag or something like that to expose that info. But
Okay. Yeah. I think. I mean, if we can get to the adding export mechanism to webhook part, this will be an in-house solution, and there'll not be any integration needed with Prometheus or any watching service or anything, right?
oh, for exporter, but then you would need to define the thing that consumes from the logs, right?
Oh no, like so right now how exports violation, right? It just exports it as it is detected in the audit cycle. So it will be similar. It will be. I guess this is for. It says when a violation is detected. So I'm not sure if this is for audit or this is for validating webhook. But if we end up adding the same mechanism to webhook, right? Like theoretically, you can just write a driver that basically pushes the
Right.
violation to Slack.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I was saying. So those would need to be individually written. Like somebody would need to write a Slack
Yeah.
driver.
Yeah.
Somebody would need to write like this Teams driver, whatever, right? But with
Yeah.
the Prometheus Alert Manager, it already has those integrations.
Hmm.
You basically just configure it, and then here's my Slack ID, whatever, my token, and it just does it. So it's like already there. Dapper might already have this actually. Maybe
Yeah.
Dapper sends it to Slack and whatnot, like already. I mean, that's the good thing about like a system that already exists, right? And it just like, already has hooks to like bajillion things, and then you just kind of use that.
Yeah.
So if Dapper already has it, that could be a it could be like a blog post using just
Yeah. Cool. So is I don't think there is an action item for 321 for this.
yeah.
Okay. Where's
Yeah, I don't know if that has it. Were you sorting with the most thumbs up?
Yeah, this is like the most reacted ones.
Yeah.
I'm going for all the reactions. Do we want thumbs up?
Oh, I don't. Yeah, I think yeah, total fun is fine. Yeah.
Yeah, because people
Yeah, people
sometimes
do like a rocket. I usually do a harder rocket or
yeah.
something.
So uh okay, I think this is an enhancement. Yeah.
Oh, it's an old one. Um,
No, if you restrict policy to certain verbs, either create update or both. Yeah, I need to like read through the thread to see what Max is saying.
yeah, I don't remember this.
A new field in mutation CRD sounds right. Hmm.
Oh, somebody said this exists in WAP.
This is for mutation, right?
Yeah.
And for web, it makes sense, right? Because like you don't wanna you would wanna restrict updating certain fields on update specifically.
Mm.
For mutation, why would you want to mutate while creating and not while updating?
Yeah. Um,
But
yeah.
I think this will also be uh, I think this will also be available as part of map, the operation or verb. I need to check, but most likely it is going to be there.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's I think it's okay to defer
Wait,
some of these things to map if
yeah.
map can solve them.
Okay, this one.
Allow syncing.
This is basically allow star in sync.
Yeah.
This could be dangerous. Like the reverse effect. I mean, not I technically.
Does SyncSet already do this?
Let me see. I don't know if SyncSet does it or not. It, I need to test this to see if SyncSet does this or not.
Okay. I mean, I think if SyncSet does it, then we can just close this one now.
Yeah. Let me make a note. Which one was it? 1 6.
So I'm looking at see it says group version kind, and then yes. Oh, okay, so they want the group to be star.
Yeah, they want version to be start.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, so version to be started. I don't see anything in the docs for this. Yeah.
I, can we do?
Huh?
Can we have like a two sort of filters with reaction, but the latest ones are priority because these are really old
Yeah,
ones.
they're really old. Let's see. You can sort probably. I'm gonna see.
Sort by like it only says sort by created on or reactions.
Um. Oh. Yeah. I guess you can only do. Yeah. What's best match? We could look into triage label. Those are the ones that we looked at some point, but they're also going to be old. Yeah, I mean we can just look at it like in like the dates. Oh,
Yeah,
external data in Gator would be a good one, I think.
yeah. Where did you see external?
2659. I just hold on. I lost your screen. Yeah, at the end of your screen. Yeah, undefined function external data. I think this one is for Gator. Yeah, I think this one would be a good one. Especially if the like the with the GitHub things and whatnot, like that could be a pretty cool one with the CI integration.
Hmm.
Yeah. Well, let's add this one. I like this one.
But how? Like I don't understand how we can make a request to, I mean, it's technically an endpoint, so it should be possible.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Because, but it's like Getter is running outside of the Kubernetes service, you know.
Right. I think this would be some sort of like
So it's not the same.
yeah,
I,
I guess it's a bit different. I guess we'll need to define like a provider sort of thing for Gator. Yeah,
yeah.
that's a good point.
Do I edit to 321?
Yeah, let's add it, and then we can always remove it.
Yeah.
I do like this one. I don't know mechanics because we, yeah, like to your point, we'll be missing the provider information. Mm,
I mean, it could be like a supplied file with the rest of the stuff, but
Right. It could be like that you give the provider as a YAML, like as
yeah,
is, and then it just uses that info. Like it would have been deployed into the Kubernetes cluster.
yeah. This is actually a good thing to test your external data and provider itself in shift left as well.
Yep. I like this one.
Okay.
Yeah. I like that one.
Mm,
Oh, and then that one, the Gator doesn't support Rego V1 is a good one, probably.
yeah, that's latest as well.
Yeah.
But it does support P1.
Oh, it
Like,
does.
yeah, it does.
Oh, okay. Then feel free to close this one if you're familiar with this one.
Yeah, it's the user was facing issues because they weren't using like the right correct syntax and constraint
Ah,
template to
I
get
see.
to the V1 part.
Okay. Yeah. Let's close this one and then they can reopen it.
It's okay. Uh,
I mean, if
it's
you're not sure, then we can do it later on. There's no urgency.
okay.
Oh, that person had a PR already uh, for the Gator external data.
Getter external data.
Yeah, the one that we just talked about. So you can take a look at that one first, maybe to kick it off.
Oh, this one.
The one we just talked about. Sorry, I lost your screen. Yeah. I'm going to rename that
Yeah.
Gator support.
Wait, did I?
Oh, why did you close this one? Sorry, I think you closed the wrong
Oh,
one.
I meant to close the other one.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Okay.
Wow. Yeah, I was gonna close Getter doesn't support Rego V1 thing.
Yeah, I just changed the title. I think you maybe you looked at the title. Cool. Yeah, I think that's it. That's a good one. Let's see what else is good.
Hmm, what is? No, it's very old though. add an audit enforcement action. But I guess that is kind of
Yeah,
solved.
we already did that with scoped enforcement action. Right? This is what is already done.
Yeah, I feel like it should.
Yeah, this is like old, so I'm guessing it is. Yeah.
So your comment, your last comment is process the constraint, right?
Yeah, I think this is it's not applicable really because of scoped EA stuff anymore. I think we were thinking like go audit as a separate enforcement action for some reason, but it's yeah because it's like I think we confuse dry run and audit because they're like separate things. They don't really audit always happened, right? We just needed to have like an audit false flag.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think we can. I'm okay to close this one. We have scoped enforcement actions.
Are you closing with a comment then?
I can do it. Yeah,
Yeah.
do that. Need to find. What is the number?
332. Wow. We are at like 4,000 now. Okay. I don't think we are ever going to support delete functionality, right? So there are a lot of people who need this. But I guess I think this is possible with map probably. So
Close it. Let's see what's next. What is this one?
this is like I'm trying to read up. It's been a while since I've looked at this one, so I forgot the context. Oh, okay. I think the general use case is basically define a constraint for Specific things like include criteria rather than exclude criteria.
Sorry, repeat that again. I was just typing a message. What were you saying, Jay?
I think this is. I just read scheme through it, but I feel like this is basically user wanting to have include criteria for constraint rather than apply all and exclude criteria, because the scenario they are describing is basically imagine a cluster with like hundreds of things or thousands of things, and you deploy a constraint. You want to probably start smaller so that you define inclusion criteria to start the small and then expand your radius of the constraint basically.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't, yeah, I don't this I think Max has more context because he has been talking to the user throughout the issue. So I'm not comfortable taking this on without him being around.
Yeah, let's just defer this one. Yeah, there's a lot of context.
Okay. Did you find anything else that we may want in
Let
320?
me double check.
Let's see what's already there in
Um,
320 first.
we can put up like the Gator GitHub action and whatnot. Those could be that's pretty quick and pretty good, I think. What do you think about that one?
Getter.
2576. And it could just be the Gator install sort of thing. So just so it's easier for folks. It doesn't have to be like a full on thing. It's just downloads the binary basically.
Hmm. I see what you're saying. It's the action just installs Getter in a GH environment, and they are
Yeah,
responsible.
basically, I think Sigstore has that one. For sorry, Cosine installer has one. It just downloads the binary.
Okay. Milestone 3.1.
It'll be a new repo probably under OPA. Yeah, I think
For
it's
GitHub action, right?
or GitHub Action. Yeah, it's you could just ask like the
Yeah. Copilot.
code to create it. It's been pretty tested.
I think, yeah, that repo will need to have like its own CI and then depend about and whatnot to keep.
Yeah. Basically, it's just basically you move some of our stuff to like the Gator tests to there, and it's just tested in GitHub Action. I think it's pretty.
Uh, for that matter, I think Getter Sync is also a good one to have, but that will require more work than.
Yeah, let's just focus on like just the GitHub Actions installer. And then maybe we can look into like, is anybody using Gator in GitHub Actions today? Like, we don't have much time to. Yeah, I don't think we like did much
There
work
is
getting
there
that.
is this. Do you see my screen?
I don't. Oh, okay. Sounds like somebody already did it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's good if there's an official source. It sounds like if somebody else did it, I think we missed it. Um, yeah, so we could make it something like this, basically.
I can reach out to them and see if they are interested to contribute into the OPA thing, like OPA org or gatekeeper
That
upstream.
could be good. Yeah, let's do that one. I don't know how are they going to find.
What do you mean how?
I mean, there's no DM function in GitHub, so you're in like K8s Slack or something.
You can reach out to them, no? Or I can just create a pull request against this saying that, hey, do you want
Yeah,
do
you can
you
create an issue. Yeah, you want to move this one. There's no like DM functionality in GitHub.
yeah.
I always want one. Yeah, I think that could be good. Is that the only one? I was just going to look at the usage of Gator. What is this called? Setup key. Min Xiao. Yeah, there's some usage. Yeah. Let's see.
And this is the only one that shows up. So
Oh, I'm just looking for the
with marketplace,
sorry, say again? Oh no, no,
you
the GitHub search results, like who's using this um or Gator in general. There is like I think one repo that uses this one. OpenShift Service Mesh.
how are you seeing this?
Oh, I'll just drop the link. So I just searched GitHub itself, not the marketplace.
Oh, okay.
I was looking for like who's using like the
Yeah,
game
yeah.
in actions. Does that make sense?
Yep, yep.
Like somebody will need to download it, so I was just going to look at the download link.
Somebody is using 318.1. So it's quite recent.
Yeah, and then this would be a good one for like just generic Gator downloads.
Hmm. Yeah.
I mean, yeah, the Gator is the only one to um, be utilized. So like some folks are using so mostly like the in Docker files or in shell or makefile. Yeah, there isn't that many.
GH files. Yeah.
Yeah, there is some in GitHub Actions, mostly in demos.
Yeah.
I think we just don't really market this well, and yeah, it's not easy. It's a there's no like GitHub Action and whatnot, so I think that contributes to it. Okay, yeah, let's reach out to the person and see if they're interested in moving it. If not, we could look into making one like that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Cool.
it's very basic. It just downloads the binary from the GitHub downloads.
So this is what 321 looks as of now. Are we good with it? We are almost at time. I don't
Oh
mind
yeah,
going
oh yeah,
overboard, but
yeah. Yeah. Let's keep this for now, and then we can look offline if you want to remove or add anything else.
yep. Okay, cool. Cool. Then I'll reach out to the. So I have three action items. I'll reach out to the user to see if they are interested. I'll test the sync set issue and close it if
Okay.
the wildcard is supported, and then I'll create issues for moving the disk driver to beta and then moving the CRD to beta, and then brainstorm about what do we need for that, uh, and go from there.
Yeah,
Sounds
sounds
good.
good. I'm speaking to Frederick, see if he would be interested in Gator for for some of their scenarios.
Oh, okay.
I think that would be a pretty cool feature if you could add
Yeah,
like external data with that one and then use them in shift scenarios.
yeah,
I think we need to make it easier though. Right now it's like super hidden and yeah.
yeah. There was an open issue for like testing cell as well. I lost track of it in between the release and everything, but I
Oh,
think
okay, that's a cool good one. Yeah.
the shift left validation of cell
Yeah.
code. It would be like it would not be in gatekeeper scope, but just I just remembered. So I'll go look for the status of that one.
Gotcha. Okay. Cool. Anything else you want to?
Nope, nothing else. I'll just share the milestone link in the Slack and see what
Okay.
Rita.
I'll also go through this list offline, see if there's anything else that we can easily pick up for next one.
Perfect. Sounds good. See ya.
Thanks, Jake. Bye.